My fiancé didn't tell his late wife's family that he found love again. So now they all think I'm a homewrecker. But the truth is there's no home left to wreck. That chapter of his life has ended. I met Liam in a bookstore I almost didn't walk into. It was tucked between a bakery and a music shop, small enough to miss unless you were looking for it, and that day I wasn't. I just needed to escape the rain. I ducked inside without a plan, the smell of old pages wrapping around me like a blanket. He was behind the counter, tall with dark curls and a crooked smile. He looked up when I came in and said, "You look like someone who needs a good book and a hot drink." I laughed, but he handed me a cup of tea from the staff pot behind the counter. That simple kindness did something to me. We talked for nearly an hour that day. About books, about cities we'd like to visit, about how rainy days slow down time. I left with a secondhand novel I never read, but it didn't matter. I went back the next day, and the day after that. Liam had a quiet way of being intense. You didn't notice at first, but the more time you spent with him, the more you felt like he was paying attention to every little thing you said. That kind of listening is rare. I fell for him so fast it almost scared me. He told me about his late wife, Adrian, 2 months into our relationship. It was a cold night, and we were sitting on the floor of his apartment eating soup from mugs. He said her name softly, like a prayer. She'd passed away 2 years before we met, an aneurysm, sudden and cruel. He spoke of her with reverence, but there was something unfinished in the way he said her name. I didn't ask for details. I didn't need to. All I knew was that he'd loved deeply, and I respected that. I thought I could handle the shadows of his past. At the time, I believed that love left behind was love that would stay respectfully quiet. It didn't. Things between us moved quickly. We were living together by the end of that year. He still saw Adrienne's family, her father, Henry, and her 2 younger sisters, Mallory and Jenna. At first, I admired that he kept ties. I told myself it showed loyalty, humanity. The first red flag came when he didn't introduce me to them for almost a year. "They're complicated," he said one evening when I brought it up. "They're her family," I replied. He nodded. "Exactly. They're still grieving." So I waited. And waited. He continued to visit them every few weeks. He'd bring them groceries, help fix things around the house. Once, he missed my birthday brunch because he was helping Henry fix a roof leak. He apologized, but my cake was already cut without him. When he finally told them about me, it was passive. They found out after someone saw us holding hands at a park near their neighborhood. A day later, my Instagram DMs exploded with anonymous insults. It got so bad that I had to delete the app. Liam tried to explain. They just need time. He proposed 6 months later. It was simple, a walk through the woods, the ring hidden in his coat pocket, his hands shaking. I said yes. Not because I was naive, but because, despite the tension, I believed in the version of him I knew, the version who brought me soup when I had a cold and wrote notes in the margins of books he gave me. But Adrienne's family didn't fade into the background after the engagement. They sharpened. Like knives. One afternoon, I stopped by a coffee shop near Liam's old apartment, the one Adrienne used to frequent. The barista stared at my engagement ring and said, "You're her replacement?" Just like that. No hesitation. I walked out without replying. That night, Liam confirmed what I already suspected. He hadn't really explained our relationship to them. He'd downplayed everything. He hadn't even told them we lived together. I felt like a ghost in his real life. It all exploded after my car was vandalized. I found it in the parking lot behind my building. The windshield smashed. Slashed tires. Red spray paint screamed across the hood. "Grave robber." I stood there, breath frozen, hands trembling, not from fear but from sheer disbelief. I called Liam. Then the police. The nearby store had security footage. It wasn't high quality, but it caught a car driving away, a silver sedan, license plate blurred. Same make and model as Jenna's. When I showed Liam, he didn't deny it. He just sat down, rubbed his temples, and whispered, "I'll handle it." He went to meet them that weekend. Alone. I told him I didn't want apologies. I wanted distance. And safety. He came back hollow-eyed, said they denied everything. Said Mallory cried, said Jenna called me a manipulator, said Henry refused to believe he was moving on. That night I packed a bag. He didn't stop me. For days I stayed with my cousin across town. I didn't answer Liam's texts. Meanwhile, messages came pouring in from numbers I didn't recognize. "You'll never be her. He's only with you because he's broken. You're a mistake he'll regret." Screenshots. Recordings. I saved it all. I didn't want revenge. I wanted peace. But they wouldn't let me have it. Then came the worst message. A video. Shaky phone footage from a family gathering years ago. Adrian, young and laughing, standing beside Liam. But the video zoomed in. To the background. Mallory watching them. Not smiling. Just staring. There was history there. A hidden story no one had told me. When Liam finally came to see me, he looked thinner, quieter. He sat at my cousin's kitchen table and told me what he should have told me long ago. Months after Adrienne's death, Mallory, her older sister, kissed him. He pushed her away. Told her it wasn't right. She claimed it was grief. He told Adrienne's mother, who made Mallory get therapy. But nothing was truly resolved. He had buried the memory. But now, with everything happening, he realized she never let go. That maybe, she saw me as the one who actually won. He asked me to come home. Said he'd cut all ties. He said he was sorry for protecting them longer than he protected me. I told him I'd come back, but only if we started completely fresh. New place. New number. No contact. He agreed. We filed the police report the next day. The restraining order followed a week later. We moved into a quiet townhouse on the edge of the city. Changed our emails. Blocked every number. Erased every trace of the past. Our wedding day arrived. It was small and beautiful. We invited only 20 people. No speeches. No drama. No missing cake slices. Just vows and us. Now we live in a home without ghosts. Without secrets. We have quiet mornings. Strong coffee. Fresh pages. And love that belongs fully to the present.